Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Betrayal at Krondor. We are in the cave behind the waterfall. It's more of a... It's not really a cave, but it is behind a waterfall. That is true. How close are we to needing to rest? Not close enough. Let's go ahead and light up another torch. See what we have behind this door. It's locked up tight. Let's go ahead and open it. You can pick it, so we'll try that. Yep. And his lockpicking has increased. Very nice. Nighthawk hadn't noticed him. I almost didn't notice him. A Nighthawk awaited them. Reaching inside the black folds of his tunic, he drew out something that gleamed in the gloom. But rather than lunging forward, he snaked his hand to his mouth and bit down, acting before James could realize what he was doing. "He's just swallowed poison," James said, holding Goreth back. "Just as well. Saved us the trouble of killing him." Crouching down to study the quavering face of the Nighthawk, a look of disgust twisted his features. "Fortunately, we have already found Navon and his key. I imagine it unlocks a door just over there." Oh, interesting. Okay, that's going to be the point of no return, then. We do not want to go through there yet. You have some restoratives. I'll take those. 20 coins, armor, and a sword. I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, and a Ward Hell Lamprey. I'll leave it for now since it's not locked. And some rope. How much rope have I used up? Whoops. A fair bit. So go ahead and take all that. They give you the rope after you've crossed the pits. So let's continue to explore. Nothing that way. I'm kind of curious what would have been said if you'd come to that area without the key. Alright, you can pick this one. Whoa! Dangerous pit right there. Alright. And spiders! Spider hadn't noticed us yet. The creatures howled. Spiders don't howl! How many times does this have to be said in Mystery Science Theater 3000? Yeah, at least your stealth went up. We surprise spiders. That's weird. Alright, go up and say hi. You can go ahead and cast some Fetters of Rhyme. Go. Just gonna keep ya out of it for a bit. And let's kill you. Well, you can't be poisoned, but that sound effect is weird. Down you go. And go ahead and get paralyzed. Dang it. Well, you needed the skill anyway. Not even sure if I changed the points. But hey, James's strength increased. That's good. I did get onto defense and accuracy. So that's good. Alrighty. Nothing ever is on the spider corpses so far as I've discovered so far. I don't know that it's worth checking. I guess we could double check. Nah. Wonder if those are literally just, like, taken from pictures of tarantulas. Nah, I'm not gonna bother checking the others. We'll check out those side rooms later. I see something in there. I see you guys. Black Slayer hadn't noticed them. They agreed to attack. Let's go. And we surprise them once again. Nice. Okay, so there is a chest in here. Okay, James, go up there. Wow, one hit. I was not expecting one hit. Yeah, let's do lots of damage on you. Nice. Ow. You stop attacking. Let's just do some minor fire. Get incinerated. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Oh, and Owen is poisoned. Makes sense that they would be using poisoned crossbow bolts. No. Actually, you recover some stamina. It would be slow, but he could recover enough stamina to survive being poisoned if it runs out. I don't know if it runs out, but that is good. Let's also go ahead and get that on you for now. Alright, so we got... Let's check the chest first. It is not a Moradhell chest. Yeah, I thought it might be trapped. Let's load back. Moradhell chests. Alright, you go ahead and sense trapped chests. I guess we'll take this stuff. How many uses? 2. I don't know that there's anything in here to use that on, though. There is a magic shop outside. Not the easiest place to get to, but... I mean, it's not hard. It's just trudging through land. Hey, 10 rations. I'll take that. 12 gold. You have 14 gold. Some other stuff that I am interested in taking eventually. Moradhell brooch. Dolatail milk, which we can combine. Go ahead and take that. $13 rations. Give that all to you. I can't easily split them up. So it does mean that you are full up on equipment at the moment. Did I look at all of the corpses? I think there was someone who had like 2... Yeah, there we go. That'll give us an even stack at 25 right there. We'll get the rest of the stuff in a little bit. And there's nothing there. Alright. Let's go ahead and explore the whole room. Yeah, we need rest. I'll get it in a second. There we go. Sounds good. Get another torch going. Alright, so nothing here but the loot from them. Nothing great in those chests either. What do we have down here? Does this just connect back up? Looks like it does. Yep. Alright. Alright, we've got a bunch of side passages. Let's take a look to see what we have down them. Nothing there. Alright, just passing through the area has filled them out. Is there anything... There is a chest there. We'll check that out in a second. Let's check out these other two. Alright, nothing. Alright, chest. What do you have for me? Hey, Mordhell chest. You tie these things before you go, and untie them after you stop. Betray. I think that's shoes. Shoey. Shoot. Yeah, shoes. 26 quality ruby at 121 silver. We got health and stamina for everyone, so that's pretty nice. That's repairable, but it's already pretty good. We'll probably get more out of that one, so yeah. Go ahead and leave you here. There was that stuff. Anything that I want to leave in here as well? For now, not really. Well, since didn't take as long to get through this part as I expected, because that links us back there. Let's go ahead and zoom out, see if we can get a full view on this map. So we've got a pit right there, and there's a pit up here off. Maybe it's not right there, but there's three pits. So to get into this backspace, you need to have rope. I think what I'll do is get into the back area, get ready to shift things around, but I'll save it. We'll end the chapter and see what happens, and then I'll have an idea of whether I need to shift any other items around other than that, since we're basically at the end of the chapter. But I might need to put some things on certain people and stuff like that, and that way I can do that off camera. Nope, not quite there yet. It's this one. That spider corpse almost made me jump. Okay, let's swing across. Whee! That's a fine place to bookmark. Staring at the wall. It's locked up tight. I think we should take a shot at opening it? Sure. James frowned. Peering through the hole into the inner workings of the lock, he saw nothing within that gave him cause to be enthusiastic about the chances of getting in. This lock takes a very special key and is clearly not pickable. If we want in, we will have to find the key. Alright. How he was able to see that inside that, I don't know. You ever tried to look inside a lock? With a pleasant click, the key turned in the metal lock. Now let's take a look at what's beyond this door. Let's go ahead and fill out the room on the map. Okay. It's a Mordell wordlock chest. Tathinu. This engulfing thing is strange indeed. The greater it grows, the less you see. Darkness. Spiders scurried out of the opened chest. Ew. Careful to avoid the miniature albino menaces, James snatched a fresh-looking scroll out of the box and unrolled it on the floor. As his dark eyes darted across the page, his lips moved in an incantation of places, names, figures, and dates. Northwarden, James whispered. The attack will come at Northwarden very soon, but this is all wrong. What is it? Gorath asked, also bending to see the page. These figures, if Delacan takes a force this small to Northwarden, he hasn't a hope of taking the castle. Far too few soldiers. Baron Gabat will maul him unless Delacan can bring something serious to bear. What could the Mordell have? Maybe the Nighthawks have infiltrated the castle, Owen said. Why else would they be so helpful to the Mordell unless their own necks were on the line too? Paling, James suddenly snatched an inkhorn from his pack and began to scribble an addendum to the Nighthawk note. It is very important that this note reach Arutha. Although you were not told this, he has stationed an army outside of the Dimwood to await my word about the attack, James said, finishing his note. Fixing his gaze on Gorath, he handed it firmly over. I want you to make sure that it gets there. I'm going to have to trust you. Owen gave. But what about... I've got to go to Northwarden. If there are Nighthawks in Baron Gabat's castle, we stand a good chance of losing it in an attack. I have to ensure that doesn't happen. Remember, Arutha is outside the Dimwood Forest, near Sethanon. When you give him the note, tell him there's a party at Mother's. What? Just do it. I haven't got time to explain. Good luck, the both of you. In a moment, the Signor was gone, his shadows chasing after him down the long, dark tunnel. An hour later, Owen yawned expansively, his vision growing dim with each step taken further down the road. Next to him, Gorath trudged without complaint, his eyes fixed on the dusty cow track. Enough, enough, Owen murmured. I think my legs are going to crumble. We can't reach Arutha tonight. Let's stop for a while. Quiet, Gorath snapped, seizing Owen by the arm. Beneath his hood, his feral features glowed like blood-tinged emeralds. Someone's near. Abruptly, patches of darkness detached themselves from the woods, ambled into the pale moonlight, huddled onto the roadbed. In the shadows, arrow points gleamed, aligned in deadly sights, quivered. As much as I would enjoy delivering your carcass to Delacan, I will reserve the pleasure of your execution for him. This seems bad. Do not move, Gorath. You are completely surrounded. Chapter 4, Marked for Death. seems fine, right? The war drums had begun at dawn. Stalking quietly the corridors of the ancient fortress, Narab carried a witchlight to illumine his way. As he approached the doors to the great hall, 2 Mordell guards dressed in full battle regalia stood away. They made no sound as he whisked past, nor blinked at the sight of him. "Greetings, Narab," a cold voice called from the throne. "It has long been since I have seen your face in Sarsagoth. Have you grown bolder or more the fool?" Narab knelt at the base of the throne and kissed Delican's foot. "That is for you to decide. If my words are not to your liking, then my life is yours." "It is already mine!" Delican's wolfish eyes blazed in the darkness. "Speak!" he commanded. "I have just returned from a journey into the kingdom. I bring a prize. I have no interest in valueless baubles." "This is no bauble," Narab said, cutting off Delican, "and I think you will find it is of great value." "And would it have named this thing?" "Yes, my lord. Its name is Gorath!" Narab sneered pridefully as he awaited his leader's praise, awaited the words that would restore his place in Mordell favor and rescind the order of death on his head. Perhaps he would even have a place among the new lords. Delican lunged from his throne, his razor-edged gauntlet tilling a bloody seam across Narab's face as he lashed him backwards. "You've wrecked everything, you dog!" Delican bellowed. "But I have brought back the enemy to the Northlands!" Narab sputtered, blood dripping from his torn lips. "With Gorath captive, we can proceed with our—" "You know nothing!" Narab retreated, suddenly aware that his efforts were wasted, that his oath of loyalty meant nothing to his hateful lord. Resolutely, he stifled a flash of pain as the Mordell leader thundered towards the doors. "And what of my life?" Narab whispered. Halting, Delican turned and hissed, "It is forfeit!" Owen didn't want to be awake. Perhaps it was the drugs they had given him or the endless walking that he'd done in the past month and a half. Wow, month and a half. All he could think about was sleeping now, that restful non-existence that interrupted the beatings and the hauling and the exhaustion. He just wanted to sleep, but that irritating jangle wouldn't let him. Where was it coming from? "Gorath, are you there?" Suddenly the jangle rattled louder, and this time accompanied by a loud creak and a flood of torchlight as bright as the sun. Out of that glowing corona lumbered the largest Mordell he had yet seen. "I see my assistants have been overzealous in their efforts to sedate you. It is proper to tremble when you are addressed by Delican, leader of the unified tribes of the Northlands. We found this among your things, kingdom dog. Tell me where you are going with it." "We weren't taking it anywhere. We just picked up everything we could carry and ran. We needed gold." "A lie. The seal that the Nighthawks used for our messages was broken. The new writing at the bottom of the page confirms your guilt. What does Gabbat's folly mean? Who are Arthur and Jimmy the Hand?" I really have no idea. Someone must have beaten us to it and opened the scroll before we got there. We took what we found and left before we got nabbed. You want us to cut you in on the booty?" "What I want is information. Your companion Gorath damns you as certainly as your lie does. Until he betrayed his own, he was second in power only to me. He shall die for his disloyalty. Since you chose to remain silent, I shall have your tongue and feed it to my rats. Have back your message, spy. It will do you little good in your grave." Delican stalked away. Still rattled by his interrogation, Owen tried to collect his fuzz-coated thoughts into a coherent whole. Thankfully, his wits had provided the lies as needed, but only narrowly had he avoided the impulse to tell everything he knew. It was almost as if he was being prodded, coerced, bewitched. Magic? Astonished he had been unaware of it at the time, the boy looked again at the bulky warrior who now stood whispering over Gorath's limp form. At first he believed Delican was incanting a spell, one perhaps intended to coerce the truth from his victim. But after a few moments it became clear the warlord was conversing with his barely conscious friend. "No," Gorath croaked, shaking his head. "Plans unfulfilled," Delican whispered finally. Abruptly he struck. "Oh, you might have knocked his beard off!" It was too much to absorb. Even if the events unfurling before him weren't openly damning, Owen had seen enough to keep him swimming in a sea of doubts, all of them centered on the loyalty of his friend and traveling companion. Worse still, he had to deliver the message to Prince Arutha outside the Dimwood, and he would need Gorath's help to do it. Desperately, he wished he had time to sort things out, but time was the one commodity he didn't have. "Enjoy your deaths, I know I shall," Delican's scratchy voice snatched Owen out of his thoughts, directed his attention to where the Mordhel stood in the doorway gesturing to someone in the dungeon corridor. From nowhere, a monolithic door swung into place, and once again the room was a land of shadows. Experimentally, Owen struck the bars of his cage, knowing full well the corroded structure was too solid to yield. But even as his fingertips came away from the metal, the bars began a keening vibration, the iron harmonies evocative of distant temple bells. Someone was working magic, and it wasn't him. Freedom! Owen wasted no time. Later he could debate to his heart's content about who it was that had set them free and what their reasons for doing so might be, but at the moment he had no thought in him but finding a means to get them out of the darkened cell alive. Hurrying to Gorath, he freed him from his iron manacles and allowed the Mordhel to lean against his shoulder as they limped together towards the heavy dungeon door. Again, tugging at the handle, they found that the lock was undone, another gift from their unknown benefactor. How did you unlock the manacles? "What about the guard?" Owen whispered, allowing Gorath to stand once more on his own. Gorath lifted his head and spoke, his speech slurred by the drugs they had administered to him. "Keep moving," he said, waving a hand at the door. "No one is there." Pushing out the door, they found themselves confronting a wide hallway with passages leading in 3 other directions. Chapter 4, Marked for Death. Escape from the Northlands. Oh goody, we have nothing. 6 torches on you. 6 torches on you. Let's go ahead and give them to you. No need to have them stacked up. And we have no money. And here we have all of Gorath's things. Okay, so one thing that I think I'm going to want to give is 2 of the lockpicking amulets to Gorath. It's so nice of them to have not appropriated my stuff for their own use. On the other hand, it's kind of annoying that we have to actually pick up our stuff again. Is there another chest around here? There is another chest over there. Oh, hello. Well, we got some money. Spoiled ration. We'll pick up the rest of that stuff in a bit. And this looks like all of your stuff. So let's go ahead and take it all. So we appear to be in Sarsagoth, which is worrying. I'm not sure. I may give the leave the spyglass on James, because I believe that this is a situation where we're kind of going to get a party split. But with only 2 party members, we are definitely going to be suffering a bit from not being able to carry a whole lot of things. So yes, here we are in a large room beneath Sarsagoth. There appears to be another corpse over here. He also has some stuff. take the ropes. You take the lockpicks. I will definitely want to be as light on equipment as I can be, I think. Yeah. Alright, so we've got the 2 chests that have our stuff in them, and we have no money. Hopefully, hopefully James took all of our money, and not these guys, because that would be kind of annoying. I don't know for sure, but if that is the case, then it kind of indicates that the pointlessness of selling all of the the stuff that I've been picking up. We'll see how it goes. On the other hand, it makes it really important to sell things here. It's a good thing I got a lot of food. Anyway, when we come back next time, we'll pick it up here. I will have redone the end of the chapter after having sold everything, just in case, and redoing our inventory a bit. See you next time, everyone.